Hello everybody, my name is Daniel Walton, founder of Patient Acquisition. And in this video, I'm gonna show you the 5 reasons that telemedicine marketing campaigns fail. This could be for weight loss, HRT, peptides, anything like that, as long as it's a cash-based telemedicine clinic. Now, who am I? I'm Daniel Walton, the founder of Patient Acquisition. In the last 3 years, we've helped over 100 clinics scale to a 7- and 8-figure run rate. In the last year alone, I've helped 4 telemedicine clinics achieve an 8-figure run rate. And we've actually helped 1 client achieve a 9-figure run rate. Keep in mind, aside from all the success stories, we've consulted on thousands of more, hopping on consultations with clinics that we see. So we're literally seeing every single business failure and success at scale. So these are the 5 most common mistakes that I see as an agency. Let's dive right in. Now, if you're not new to marketing and you've invested in marketing or paid advertising, you can probably guess this first one. I hear it more than anything, okay? And it's poor lead quality. And I'm gonna break down exactly why this is an issue. First of all, let's clarify what poor lead quality exactly is. Poor lead quality simply means you're getting leads that are interested, but they might not be ready to convert for whatever reason. It could be a lot of different things. Now, chances are the reason this happens is because the advertising agency or marketer, whoever you've hired to run these ads, doesn't really understand, how these platforms actually work. Generally, this stems from coupon style ads. Okay. And what do I mean by coupon style ads? You can see from this video here exactly what these coupon style ads look like. Generally, they're heavy on a price discount. For example, you might have a Botox package that you normally sell for $500 and it'll say, normal price 500 and it'll have a slash through it and it'll be like $199, right? That's a coupon. That's a, hey, if you sign up for this, you're gonna get a discount from our normal rate, right? So not saying that you're only gonna get coupon and not saying to not run those types of ads, but this is one of the biggest issues is the coupon style advertising ads. These are gonna attract low quality leads. They're also just very gimmicky, okay? Right? And this can just create a lot of issues when you're actually running these ads. Is they're attracting people who normally wouldn't engage with your business, right? It's a very clickbait style ad and it doesn't work. And I'm gonna break down exactly why. And the main reason why, if you just look at this, I wanna ask you, stop and think about content that you engage with, right? Look at that ad. Have you ever engaged with a post that looks like a coupon style ad? No, never. Why would you run it? These platforms give people a user experience that they want. Me personally, I like engaging with business content. So I'm looking at short form, reels, engaging content. I view a lot of reels, and guess what? I see a lot more reels. You might engage with certain types of content. Maybe you really like short form reels as I do, so you're gonna see a lot of reels on your feed. You might enjoy carousel style posts, and you might see those types of posts on your feed. But I can promise you, you're not going on the platform to look for crappy Canva style ads like these marketing agencies are doing, right? These don't work. You're going on and you want to see an ad that actually looks like something people would engage with, right? Something that's engaging that would naturally be good on the platform. For example, we did an ASMR style video, right? Very engaging. It stops the scroll. It creates a longer watch time. And guess what? The platform rewarded us for this. You actually get rewarded for having ads that are good. So now back to the issue, right? Poor lead quality. They're attracting brokies who only are clicking on something because of that promo, right? Instead of having an engaging content that your target market would actually want, they are actually attracting the wrong person in this, and it's making you very hard to convert those leads. It's attracting the wrong audiences. And then even worse, these marketing agencies, they don't even know. They don't even understand how the algorithm works. The algorithm, they're actually rewarding the algorithm for these brokies that come into your pipeline that are clicking on this coupon style ad. Your marketing agency is rewarding your platform that you're advertising on for these, because what happens is every time some brokey engages with this, because let's be real, that's the only person that's engaging with those coupon style ads. Every time that brokey's engaged, your marketing agency is rewarding the platform and it's saying, yes, we want more of those. That's exactly what we want. And so now the audience, the AI, it's learning, right? It gives you what you want. So what do you need to do? You need to first create better content, right? So how to fix this? Better content. Ask yourself, like, what kind of content do you engage with? Like, what do you look at? Are you looking at reels, engaging, right? Create content that you would actually engage with, but tell the story that you want. Better messaging too. Don't get me wrong, I love AI, right? But AI is one of the issues, right? So poor lead quality, it's coming from coupon style ads. It's coming from bad ad copy, which is body and the headlines, right? And how can you tell? Well, here's how you can tell. First of all, if the agency is attracting you with this type of stuff, free this, guaranteed, some crazy like promotion. Like, they're not even aware of it. They're doing it themselves for their own business. Notice how all my ads, if you see my ads, like, I'm very like direct in who I'm targeting. I know the audience that I want to be in front of. That's exactly why we're creating good copy, not coupon style content, right? So we're attracting those right audiences because we know this is the same strategy we applied to our clients. So when you have bad lead quality, you're going to need better content. You're going to need better messaging, and you're going to need better split testing. And we do all of this for our clients. So with our clients, they don't even have to worry about this. The link is in the description if you want to apply to work with us. We can't help everybody. We can't help brokies that complain about $2,000 or $3,000 a month in advertising or marketing expenses. We're looking for clients that have already figured out sales and operations, and those are the clients we can help. We can double, triple, quadruple, where they're at in a very short time frame. So number one, poor lead quality. Number two, campaigns fail, is sales. And I would say a good sales team will make up for bad ads. Most people don't invest in good sales teams. So I've only been to one, I wouldn't say only one clinic, but I know one clinic owner very well. Every time he hired somebody new, he put them into a $6,000 sales training program. He understood he had a sales and marketing organization. So he ran all coupon ads, but he had a good sales team. Most people aren't willing to invest $6,000 out of pocket. What if that person quits 2 weeks later? I'm out $6,000. That's a lot of money to risk, right? But he understood it. He was making $250,000 a month. Now, I don't even know if that's the kind of numbers that you want. Those are decent numbers, better than most med spas that I see. But, you might have bigger numbers that you want to achieve. And that was from like 3 small rooms, only estheticians, no nurses, no doctors, no expensive devices. But he understood sales was as important as marketing, right? So good sales will make up for bad ads. Good sales will also make up for bad leads, right? You're going to get somebody that generally, if you're running a Botox ad and you're like, oh, I have poor lead quality, like, you're still getting Botox leads. So if you can't convert those, that's on you, right? Like, you get me somebody that needs marketing services, I'm going to convert them. Now, it might not be worth my time. It also might not be worth my money. So that's something you have to factor in. But when you're like doing like less than 50K a month, you have no excuse, right? Like, you have a sales issue. That's the reason why. It's not your marketing, right? If you answer this phone with some crazy accent that's thick and hard to understand, like, you're going to miss out a lot of the audience. This isn't like racist at all. This is just strictly the fact, right? You're in America. Most people speak English here. So I wouldn't put yourself on the phone. I would put somebody that's persuasive, that understands tonality, that can actually have a conversation with a lot of the type of audience that you want. Now, if you're in a heavy, densely populated area where most people have accents like you, then maybe that's great. But I haven't seen that. Like, I don't know. I live in America. I work in a lot of these markets, and you need somebody who sounds great on the phone, somebody who can talk just and articulate exactly what it is they're trying to say. Generally, these people, they actually aren't very heavily degreed. I'm not saying salespeople don't, but generally these people are, have been selling for 5 to 10 years, and they've been doing either a customer service based role or something where they talk a lot with people. That's who you're going to want. And they should understand general persuasion and sales frameworks, and they should have invested heavily in themselves and developing that skill. So sales is going to make up for bad ads. It's also going to make up for bad leads. And it's going to make you significantly more profitable. A good salesperson, they'll be able to sell big packages. So how do you know if you have a good salesperson? Well, they're going to be able to convert, right? If they make excuses like, oh, the leads suck, terrible salesperson. A good salesperson is going to rip all the leads, right? They're never going to complain about the quality of the lead. They're a savage. They're a dog. They want to make money, and you got to give them a plan. A good salesperson is going to want to make $10,000 a month or more. So you have to show them the plan of how they can, through you, can make $10,000 per month. Now, maybe you can't afford them full time, but you can say, hey, look, you're going to work a part-time job. I'm going to fill up a calendar for you. I'm going to fill up warm leads for you. You're never going to have to cold call anybody. And I'm going to run ads, and you're going to have a warm pipeline. You convert these people and they buy packages, you're going to make this much money. Okay. A good salesperson is worth being part-time and paying more for less output, right? Because you can compartmentalize it, right? So what you need to know if you're hiring how to know if you have a good salesperson. So these are the KPIs that they're going to hit. 20% or more. 20% is the minimum KPI for upsales. Meaning if 10 people walk in the door and buy a package or buy any treatment, 20% of those people, 2 out of 10, need to end up buying more than what they came in to buy. So for example, let's say for the sake of this, you're running a $199 offer and they come in for that $199 offer. A good salesperson needs to convert out of 100 people, 20 of them to something more than the $199 offer. So that could be like, $500 treatment plan, a whole package. Hey, instead of $199 per month, if you buy 6 months up front, what we can do is we can give you a free month. And so now you're getting a lot more cash flow up front. You're getting a higher return on investment from your ads for that month. Now you're able to generate significant income from your ads. So 20% KPI upsells. A good closer is going to be the 30 to 40% range. That's going to be a great sales team. Anyone that's under 20%, fire them, right? They need to be trending toward that within a couple of weeks of you hiring them, right? There's going to be some learning curve, and they're going to be hungry, right? Hungry. They're going to want more leads. They're going to update you and your pipeline. You're not going to have to watch them or force them, enforce it. And they're generally going to track what they're doing because they want to make money, right? And they don't just talk, right? Most people, I see so many clinics, they look for somebody that's a good talker. A good talker is oftentimes some of the worst salespeople. You need a good listener. That's what makes a good salesperson. Someone that listens. What are you looking to achieve, right? Like, what's your goal, right? A good salesperson is going to do way more listening than talking. But when they talk, their words are going to be very persuasive and they're going to be very direct. They're going to have intention behind those words, which are going to persuade the person into making a buying decision, right? So the third reason that I see most common is spend. Most of these clinics aren't spending enough on their ads, right? You need to spend a minimum of $100 per day. If you can't spend $100 a day, then you probably shouldn't be advertising, right? Because $100 a day is the minimum. And this is from Facebook, like that you need to be spending to really get the data, right? It's all about data. These platforms, they're leveraging AI, they have learning, and they're looking at certain data, and they need so much data that needs to be fed. $100 a day is pretty much that minimum amount that you need to be spending, and that's per campaign. So, okay, well, I'm spending $100 a day, but I got $25 in Botox, $50 in weight loss, $10 in TRT, right? Like you're not getting enough data because each of those campaigns are different audiences. So you need to spend $100 per day per campaign. That's going to be a minimum, right? To work with us, we generally require $4,000 to $5,000 minimum investment per month in ads. And we'll do the math, right? It's just math that we know the cost. So we'll literally do the math with you. We'll look at exactly what the appointment costs are, or, roughly. Obviously it's not exact because it's always fluctuating and every market's different, but we know roughly, for example, like weight loss appointments, like we can get as low as like $15, $10 sometimes, depending on the offer and, markets. Sometimes you can have really expensive appointments up to like $70, $80. So we'll just do the math, regardless of what that number is. Let's say it's a $100 appointment just for the sake of this exercise. And, you get 10 appointments, you convert one, and let's say you make $1,000. You made $1,000 off those 10 appointments. You broke even, right? Because it cost you $100 per appointment. You had 10 and you sold one client for $1,000. So that was break even. So whatever those numbers are, generally we have those numbers for you. So we'll just do the math. We'll simply calculate, well, how many do you close per appointment? Let's say it's 20%. So if we use those same numbers, right, 20% of those 10. So you converted 2 of 10 at $1,000 each. That's $2,000 generated right? And it cost you $1,000 in ad spend to make that. So you had a 2 times return on investment. You've probably heard people say ROAS, return on ad spend. That's what that means, is how much sales you generated and how many dollars it cost you to make that, right? Most of our clients are seeing about a 3 to 4 times return on investment. And some of them seeing significantly higher. Like we have some clients seeing like 10, 11 times return on investment. Now with weight loss, the one thing with weight loss is most of our campaigns month 1, we're going to break even, right? Covering my cost, the ad spend cost, and then your cost. Generally, we're going to be right around break even. You might be a little bit more. Now, this is going to depend on your ad spend. If you spend a lot more, if you're spending tens of thousands of dollars or more, you're going to be profitable month 1 working with us. But where these weight loss campaigns really do well is, well, they come back next month and the month after and the month after that. For telemedicine, we're seeing about an average 4 to 5 month LTV. We're entering weight loss season right now, so that should be possibly even higher. And then for in-person clinics, we're seeing 6 to 12 month LTVs. So although month 1 we broke even, well, they also paid you month 2, month 3. So now you can see, like with weight loss, it can be like 4, 5, 6 times return on investment if you factor in the actual LTV of that patient and what it costs. So that's where these campaigns can be very profitable, but you need to spend the right amount of money. You're not going to get enough data. That's literally how Facebook works. We're a partner at Facebook. They tell us these things. And then I invest heavily to be in communities where this is also what people say. So if you can't spend $100 per day, you need to learn this stuff yourself, right? And if you need coaching, I do some group coaching. I'm very selective of who I do, but reach out to me and I'll see if I might be able to help you. So $100 per day minimum per campaign. And this is going to give you the data that you need. I'd recommend any investment into ads per month. Assume that you won't see it. You want to have that in place, that mindset, because that's going to allow you to just trust it, right? To give you full context, I actually built my marketing agency while I was a server. So I lived off the income for my serving job. I would make $200 to $300 a night in like 4 or 5 hours of work. So I worked at nights and I would live off that income. And then all of my money that I made from my agency, I was able to put back into ads. Ads are the easiest way to scale your business. It's the best way. Like I tell everybody, I'm like, you need to invest in ads. Well, it's easy for me because I understand them and I know how to do it. So it's very easy for me to make money. Actually, at the studio that I'm filming, I've never done film studio ads. It's my first time ever. And I was able to get them a full pipeline. They've actually been closing about 1 new client a day. I had 0 experience. This is in literally 2 weeks of launching the ads. I told them for months, I was like, you're wasting time working with influencers and all these other things. Those just take so much longer. Ads are the easiest way to get cash flow in. They're like, this is amazing. Like they're so hyped every day they tell me. So it's very easy once you understand what the platform optimizes for, once you understand a little bit about the consumer, which takes about an hour to do some research and figure out what people are actually looking for. But spending that $100 a day, it's going to give you the data that you need because they're going to look at, all these people engaged, all these people clicked, all these people opted in, and it starts learning faster, and then it can accelerate that learning curve. But if you're selling a treatment, Botox treatment, or some of these weight loss treatments, right? Your acquisition costs are going to be like $200-$300 sometimes. So, which is a little bit higher. You work with somebody like us, you can get these down under 200, under 100 sometimes. But still, if you do the math on that, you want 20 people, that's going to cost you minimum $2,000 to $3,000 out of pocket. So make sure you have enough spend, and when you go into it, assume that you're not going to make it back, right? You have to be detached from your advertising. Otherwise, you're going to say it's not going to work. You're going to freak out, and you just have to trust the process. And if $2,000 to $3,000 a month is a lot for you to spend on advertising, you need to learn these skills and you need to do it yourself because you're not going to be profitable, right? If you're paying me $2,000 to $3,000 a month, which my retainers start about $4,000 to $5,000 per month, sometimes significantly more if we're doing a lot more work. If you're paying me, let's say $5,000 and you only spend $2,000 on ad spend, you would have to hit at least $7,000 in income to break even. $2,000 in ad spend, $5,000 for me. I'm your biggest expense. So that's why for us, we require a minimum 1-to-1 ratio. So if you're going to work with me, $5,000 a month, $5,000 in ad spend, that's 10 grand a month because we need to cover our costs, the cost to you. We need to make sure we have budget to continue at least breaking even. So then eventually it becomes profitable once they come back for that second purchase and all those things, or so that we can at least scale ideally. We like to start with $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month in ads. And we're able to do that because we spend that all the time. We have clients spending 6 and 7 figures on marketing campaigns. Aside from the spend, number 4 is going to be the content. And I kind of touched on this again with the poor lead quality, right? But I'm going to just reinforce this content, right? Content attracts the audiences. So you want content that they can resonate with, right? If you've ever seen some of my ads, you notice I actually put on scrubs and, stethoscope. The reason for that is people that wear scrubs like stop and watch that. It's more resonating. People actually call me out. They're like, oh my God, what a gimmicky guy. It's like, no, actually, I know ads. I actually know how these platforms work. And that's why I'm able to be profitable from ads, right? I make 10 to 12 times return on investment from my ads. So if I was you, I would actually do what I say and do what I do, because you're going to make really good money as well. So make sure you have content. And a perfect example of this, we're the best at weight loss. We've scaled clinics to 8 and 9 figures. We just got, I think, really lucky. We were one of the first ones to start marketing it, really invested in it. This was like over 2 years ago now. So we've been doing it for over 2 years. Most people have popped up in the last year. And we were putting a lot of obese women in our ads. We're like, well, these are the people, right? But what we found is actually obese women, they're getting covered by insurance. So they don't want to pay you. They don't want to pay a cash-based business. So we started putting in women in a black dress, like taking a selfie, looking at how the selfie pic, or look how good I look, right? The desired outcome. And it resonated a lot more. We were starting to drive significantly better conversions. Now we actually have, instead of split testing our audiences, we split test our content. So we'll put in different creators, different personas, different people that actually look like and feel like and act like the actual audiences you're trying to attract. It's the best investment. I mean, one piece of content, we charge generally about $250 to $350 per video, and you have to be working with us. So that's the rate of about investing a minimum $5,000 to work with my company. So don't hit me up if you want one video for $250. I'm not going to help you. But that's generally the cost. Now, these videos, they can make our clients tens of thousands, sometimes even hundreds of thousands of dollars. So it's crazy, like how much money one video can make. It's the best investment you could possibly make is investing in content and working with an agency like ours that actually understands how the platform works, so they can put this content in front of the right people, right? And content, it's going to make you a lot of money. Who doesn't want to make more money? I know I do. And hopefully if you're watching this video, you want to. That's what I'm putting this out, is to help more people make more money in 2025. It's also going to discourage people you don't want. Content is everything. These platforms have really restricted what you get. I'm sure you're familiar with iOS 14.5. If you're not, go look it up. Essentially, it's restricted advertisers, marketers like myself, businesses like you, from getting the data that you need. It's only getting worse and worse. Next year in 2025, they're eliminating cookies. All these things are happening, which is making your job, my job, more challenging. And we have strategies to work around that, so we're not worried. And our strategy is very simple. It's a content first strategy, right? You ever notice how, like, on this platform, you click on an ad or you click on a video and you see more of that? For example, you might see a guy hitting a golf ball, right? For example, actually for me, like you can see right here, I don't know if you can see this in the video, but I got a Porsche right there. I'm getting a Porsche 911 this year. I've been manifesting that, working very hard toward that. It's been my favorite car since I was like 14 years old. And I saw a Porsche 911. I think my friend sent me one. I engage with it. What do you see? What do I see on my Explore page? All these 911 videos now, right? The algorithm knows. It actually has 52,000 points of preference about you. The average, and this is from our Facebook rep, right? The average user, they have 52,000 points of preference. I don't know, 100, maybe 200 things that I like. I like black coffee. I like filtered water. There's a handful of things that I like, but I don't even know a couple hundred, let alone 52,000. So the content is so important in today, so important. It attracts who you want, it makes you money, and it discourages bad audiences from engaging. And you don't want people that you don't want as customers engaging, right? Every time somebody engages with your business, it's reinforcing to the platform that this is good. So you want content that aligns with somebody like your desired outcome. And then lastly, the last reason I see these marketing campaigns fail is operations. Now, this is also part of the reason why we've increased our prices. Operations are they're going to make or break. They're going to make or break marketing campaigns, and I just abbreviated that. We won't work with clinics that don't have operations in place, because I'm wanting to scale. Like if you're spending $5,000 a month on ads and $5,000 a month with me, I know you're not happy. I'm not happy because I know I'm like walking on a line here. I got to perform. So ideally, I want to get out of that space ASAP. I want my expense to not be a large percentage. I want you spending 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100,000 plus in ads. Because when you're spending 100K on ads, my $5,000 expense is much less. So I want to get out of that space as fast as possible, right? So if I'm spending 100K on ads, you got to be making money, right? You're not going to be spending 100K on ads if you're not making money. And in order for you to make money from 100K in ad spend, that means you got to be making 300, 400, 500K. Can you imagine what that's like? If your average treatment, let's just say, is $1,000 and you made $300,000, right? That means you sold 300 treatments. How many people said no to you? If you have a good salesperson at 20%, right? That's 1,500 people said like that you talked to. How many people didn't you talk to, right? You start doing the numbers, this adds up very quickly. Most businesses, I'm like, they don't even have a salesperson. You're going to have your front desk person who's never been trained in sales call my leads that have never heard of you, that don't know you, don't trust you, don't like you, never spend a dime with your penny, and you're going to expect a front desk person to spend $2,000 to $5,000 with you? You're delusional, right? That's never going to happen. You need a savage closer who's going to convert that person, get them to come in. Or a patient coordinator. Patient coordinator is a medical term for a salesperson. That's what medical people call it. In a med spa, in an aesthetic clinic, right? A patient coordinator, that's the salesperson. They better be able to convert. They better understand human psychology, persuasion, and really understand how to probe and find pain points, weaknesses, desires, goals, and move them closer to that in the language that they use and the questions they ask. So operations, sales. Additionally, the other one is, bookings, right? If you're a one provider clinic and you're 50% booked, let's say you see an average of 10 patients a day, you can now see 10 more. Like, that's not that much. That's only 50 appointments a week that we can add. And most businesses don't want to be 100% booked out, right? Like, they want to be 80 to 90% so people can hop in their schedule pretty quickly. Bookings are one of the biggest issues that I look for. Sales and bookings, right? How many bookings can you have? I mean, we had one client this year. They signed up 1,200 new patients on Black Friday. 1,200. If you only have 50 slots in a week, like, I can't help you, right? So like, we need to make sure that you have the space to work with our marketing. So the bookings, we covered the sales as the biggest issues. But I would say those are generally the two things. And then just overall like processes, right? Well, what happens? A lead comes in, you schedule them for a consult. What do they do, right? What is the patient experience like? This is big, right? How are they treated, right? Are they greeted with a smile? Hey, how can I help you? Do we have an appointment for you today? Are they then like immediately given something free to make them feel nice? Whether it, like the best clinics we know, they're doing a free body scan, free face analysis, right? If you're a weight loss clinic, I would immediately invest in a scanning device. Every single person, I'm going to scan you. We're going to see exactly where you're at. Where do you want to go? Like, what plan do you want to be? Here's where you're at. Okay, well, look, this is where you want to go. This is the actual roadmap to get you there, right? The businesses that do that now, the person's selling themselves. You don't have to do the selling because you have this device that's doing it, right? The clinics that are making money, they do a face scan. Here's your actual age, right? Here's the age of your skin. You're actually 10 years older than your age is. What areas do you want to improve, right? It'll look at all of this stuff. Now you can say, hey, look, like, I mean, what does this work to you? Like, is this like a problem you actually want to fix? Or are you just looking to get a little Botox, hoping that it helps with the wrinkles? And we have skincare lines that can help this. We can reverse this back. I mean, we've taken people just like you, even worse, like Sally. I mean, she was 15 years older than her age in her skin. We got her on a moisturizer, a cleanser. We saw her once a month for a laser treatment. In 6 months, we reduced her age of her face by 10 years, right? Now this person's selling themselves on it, and they see it, right? They see the analysis. So the patient experience, which is like the front desk, the salesperson, right? Whoever calls the lead, the patient coordinator, whoever like treats them once the front desk, or lead experiences them if there's a step between them and the provider, and then the doctor themselves, right? I see a lot of doctors just over educate. People don't care. Like, you're a doctor. They just trust you, right? That's why they're seeing you, is because you don't need to tell them why you know, that you went to 12 years of schooling, that you read all these journals, that all this stuff, right? You just need to focus on like, well, what's your goal? Like, here's what we can do. Here's the experience we have. Here's the data that backs it. Do you want to get started, right? We're going to get this dialed in for you. And that's what it really takes. So just to recap, the 5 things: poor lead quality, very, very important, right? Coupon style ads, bad ad copy, which is the headlines, the body. Your ad is attracting the audience. That's what the algorithm says. People that engage with this, right? People that engage with coupons generally are broker people. So you want to get away from that. You need a content first approach. We will help you with that. Sales. The number one biggest mistake. If you have leads that are clicking on Botox and interested in Botox, and I'm not saying like bad lead, poor quality leads. Just if they are interested in Botox and you're not making money, you have a sales issue, right? If somebody clicked on a Botox ad, like good sales will make up for marketing. There's this spectrum actually, right? So you have on one end sales, you have on another end marketing. The worse the marketing, the better the sales has to be. The worse the sales is, the better the marketing has to be, right? You look at an e-commerce business, they have zero sales. They're strictly marketing, right? So if you're a telemedicine clinic, you need a marketing business. You're in the business of marketing, right? Any of you that are watching this, med spa, telemedicine owners, clinic owners, you're a sales and marketing organization, and you need to understand that, right? So that's the spectrum. Better your marketing, the less need for sales. Better your sales, the less need for marketing. So you can run, as I told you, one of the clinics, they spend $6,000 on, sales training. They have very advanced salespeople. That's why they can make a lot of money running coupon style ads. He can spend, very limited amounts on a marketing agency because he has a salesperson that makes up for it, right? But you're going to have to pay one way or another. You can pay $6,000 to somebody like me. You don't need as heavy of a sales team, if any at all, depending on the type of procedures you're running. Or, you can invest that in a salesperson. But spend the other thing. You need to be spending at least $100 a day. If you can't spend that, go save up some money. Save up $3,000. That's how much you need. $30 or 30 days times $100 a day. Don't expect to make money on that. Go learn this yourself. It's not that hard. Watch some of my videos, and then content. Content is going to really improve your marketing. You're probably going to need about 20 to 30 unique pieces of content that are specifically written in the message, the headlines, who's in the ad. And we help with that. And then operations, like can you actually scale? Can you actually handle the amount of bookings? Can you handle the actual amount of ad spend? And can your sales team actually handle that? Are you spending hours? Like I was in with patients for 4 hours. I couldn't call the lead until the end of the day, right? Those are the issues, right? If you can't call the leads right away, if you don't have a dedicated salesperson, you're not going to convert as well. Also, the patient experience, all of these things are going to factor into why med spa or telemedicine marketing campaigns fail.